Hey guys, it's Corinne. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. If you have not done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell notification when you subscribe so that you get notified of my new videos. I've been studying Neville Goddard for 1 to 2 years. He is a new author for me. I did not know he existed, and I'm really thankful that his literature and his works are living on. With that being said, on my channel, you will find I'll be doing tons of Neville Goddard readings, as well as other authors like Joseph Murphy and those that inspire the new thought and the power of creation within our thought. So let's get down to the purpose of this video. There is no one to change but self. It's a quote that Neville Goddard often used. He also uses the other famous quote, "Feeling is the secret." So this weekend I was doing some reading like I typically do in the morning, and I came across a new way to look at the Neville Goddard teachings that really made a huge pivot in the way I see creation and thinking about my desires. So just a little bit about me. I'm a new business owner. I love studying self-help. And one of the things I wanted to do was start a YouTube channel to be able to connect with like-minded people and to contribute to this space of personal development through the power of our mind and not necessarily through hard work. And so that's just a little bit about me. And so I was reading through Neville, and what I discovered is maybe I've been approaching his work a little off or slightly wrong, or I can't even say wrong, but just from a philosophical perspective, I feel like I've been applying his teachings through my reading and through my visions and meditation. But this weekend, it occurred to me that I am still identifying myself with my flesh, blood, and bone self. Like Corinne is this woman that you see here in front of you. Now, to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled really means adopting the identity of your true self, which is your inner being. And stick with me for a bit here. So this is the epiphany that I had. Everything is coming from, obviously, from inside of us. God is within us. And if that's the case, why am I identifying with the external world? And when you look at Neville's teachings, he tells us over and over to go into your closet, go into secret, to turn away from the external world and to go within, which I have been doing. But if you look at it this way, you don't want to just turn away from the external world. You want to know that your true self is your inner being. So I'm going to say that again. Your real self is your inner being. And what your inner being is longing for is that satisfaction of having the desires already fulfilled. And so I am now granting myself permission and giving myself my desires rather than trying to do these practices and meditations to get the desire. So there's a little bit of a subtle difference that occurred to me. Rather than trying to get what you want, rather than trying to do something to force an outcome, identify yourself with your inner being. So if I just identified myself as Corinne, then I would be a woman that has 2 kids, lives in, a town in Pennsylvania, and that's all externalized. But the outer world is a reflection of our inner world. And if we go within, if I go within, if I accept that I am who I am in my imagination, that the real me is a divine spiritual being, a goddess, if I identify with that, then I know that I'm infinite. I know that I'm not limited by time or space or resources, and everything that I desire is already mine. I don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. to meditate and journal this and read that. If I basically adopt the concept and understand from a point of knowing that I'm already God. I'm already a queen. I'm already a goddess. I am already infinite spirit, divine infinite spirit, and I can have and be and do anything I desire. And when I go into my imagination, that is my true self. So I'm going to say that again. When I go in my imagination, that is my true self. So rather than going into my imagination to create something or force an outcome on the external world, I'm now shifting my perspective to identifying myself 100% that my inner reality, my inner world, my creative imagination is God and is 100% real. And what that does is that gives my heart, it gives my inner being the satisfaction and the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When we adopt ourselves, when we identify ourselves as being divine, infinite beings, my creative imagination is divine spirit, and that when I am in imagination, it's real. It's real. And so far, that is the best way I can kind of share that with you or put that into words. I will try to get a little bit more technical and less wordy. But what I realized this weekend is that there's no one to change but ourselves. And what I want to change is my concept of myself. I'm not just this physical thing. My primary self is my inner being. And when I go into my imagination, that is real. And what my heart desires, if I allow myself to feel that satisfaction in my imagination, then I'm going to express that into the outer world. Give yourself what it wants. What do you want? I know what I want. I want my business to be totally successful where I'm making sales multiple times a day with a net profit of a specific amount. And rather than me feeling the lack of, all right, I got to do this, I got to do that, that's me fighting against the external world, trying to change the reflection of the mirror and not the inner person. And really, what I need to do is give myself the satisfaction of already being successful. Because that's all my inner being wants, is my inner being desires to have a profitable business that allows me to travel around the world and work from my computer any time of the day or year that I desire. So rather than reaching on the external to fix any problems, if I just give myself what I want internally and identify that, hey, that person that you are visualizing having all that stuff is the real you, then you instantly have that feeling of satisfaction because it's already done, and you begin to identify with that versus this external being. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed me sharing my epiphany this weekend, and I will put this into more streamlined words. I just wanted to hop on and share with you my newfound Neville understanding. All right. Thank you guys. Please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification because there is more to come. Take care.